All right, welcome back. It's Saturday night. Me and Blue just hanging out here in the shop. So this week we found ourselves out in Fort Langley, and a few people were mentioning the paint mixing cups. Guys, I've been looking for quite a while for really nice cups. I didn't want to go and buy these brand new cups. I was looking for something very unique. Now, I wasn't sure what I was looking for. I just knew I would know it when I saw it. And I don't know if you ever go through these like old antique stores and whatnot, and you know, you're not 100% sure what you're looking for. You're looking for a thing that does a thing, and like you'll know it when you see it. Well, I'm happy to report that the paint mix cups are, well, I'm not going to just chuck it. It's a good cup and I'm going to use it, but you're going to love this. So I got a little, I'm going to try something new here. Okay, so let's go on a little journey together. Let's see, let's get this thing properly centered here. I should probably get rid of that. That's better. And so this is called the Village, what do they call it? The Village Antiques Mall in Fort Langley. I don't know if you've ever been there. It is really cool. If you're looking for something, there's a good chance you're going to find it in this place. So here's me coming up. Let's see, how do I make this play? Play. I'm here at Fort Langley. Whiskey glasses. This place is called the Antique Warehouse. Let's take a look. Or the Antique Mall, or I don't know. It's that whole building. My whiskey cups are in there somewhere. I know it. I'm here at Fort Langley. Okay, so eventually I did find them. I went through that place. You guys are going to love these cups. I was looking for something really unique, and I think I found it. So here we are. So I've hunted through this place, and I found the cups I like. Check them out. There they are. Kind of crystally. But Tabber freaking snack bar wants $40 for each one. Check that out. Well, where'd you go? They're the ones I want, though. Damn it. All right. Okay. So, oops. Let's get this thing out of the way. All right. Over there you go. We're going to get back to that thing. So, you guys are going to love these things. So I've got a set of 4 of these. So they're real crystal. And I mean, they look incredibly awesome on camera. What do you guys think? A lot better than the paint mix cups. I knew I'd find these things eventually, but I don't know how old they are. They're an Irish crystal. Called a company called Waterford, I guess, made these things back in the old days. Now, these are, I don't know how old they are. I'll assume they've always been together as a set. So whoever owned them before me, I don't know the story. I wish I did. But I'm going to assume some guys with good taste sat around a table just like this one, 4 guys, and just talked about life. And that's kind of what I want to do here with some of you guys. So I've put the invite out, and we're trying to organize a night, me and a few people. We'll do different things, and different. I don't know about you. I don't have a lot of friends. I got a few people that I definitely call friends, but mostly I got associates. Just like most of you guys, people that I run into through my professional life, and a lot of these guys, we got a lot in common. So I'm hoping soon we're going to start really getting this piston broke chit chat hour thing going in earnest. But let's give the new cups a try. Let's get like I said, guys, I got 4 cups. I got 4 spots around the table here, and I'm really looking forward to having some of you over for a nice dram of something excellent. So we've already tried these whiskeys here. Last week I tried the Redbreast. I got Irish Crystal. Last week I should have done the Irish whiskey this week. Oh well, we're gonna do the Japanese one. But it's a blended whiskey. It's got a blend of Irish, Scotch, American, Canadian, and Japanese whiskeys. I've heard good things about this stuff, and if it's like anything else the Japanese do, I'm sure they applied their maniacal tenacity to perfection. And let's see what they coughed up. All right, guys. Oh, it's a twist off. Interesting. Those are all corked, so. Oh, let's see how this is the first time I'm trying the cups, guys. Nice. Look at that, eh? The color is beautiful. It's got a nice odor, smell, or whatever you call it, nose. Let's get that over there. Blue, watch the whiskey, buddy. Fragrant. It's got a nice initial burn. Kind of fruitier. Oh, there's a hint of smokiness. Speaking of smokiness, next week we're gonna go for a really heavily peated Islay single malt. This is Ardbeg, is apparently one of the most peaty whiskeys out there. I'm dying to try it. Apparently, not everyone likes this style of whiskey, but the guys who like it love it. I've never tried it, and I'm looking forward. So this is an Ardbeg 10. And next week we'll give this a try. Hopefully it's something I enjoy. It sounds interesting. It's apparently really smoky, and it's got a kind of a medicine-y taste. I don't know. But this stuff, very different. It's very, yeah, it's fruitier. You know, this thing I like about whiskey, it's not something you drink. It's something you savor and sip. And all these notes of like, what is that? Pineapple? It's like apples. It's really hard to describe. I guess you really have to, like, guys go to school to learn how to distinguish all this stuff. Really nice stuff. So tonight's episode, I want to talk about AI. Something's come up that it's been going over the internet. So I'm probably going to title this something like My Thoughts on AI or something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm going to be doing music here, original music, and hopefully, you know, like, I don't know what the copyright rules are like. I'd like to do some, you know, classics, and me and hopefully, once I get some musicians in here playing with me, you know, we could do a couple of older tunes. Like, I really like the old AC/DC stuff. I love that. You know, we'll do some Judas Priest maybe. I'd like to play even Metallica, but, you know, apparently they're really stringent on the copyright stuff, and I don't know how that works, but it'd be fun to play a couple of tunes with guys who really know their stuff. I don't know. But this thing has been going around the internet. And I don't know if you've seen it or not, so I'm just going to introduce you to it. There's a young girl. She's, oh, I should probably, but she's somewhere, I think in Kentucky, Carolina, like somewhere in the Appalachians. And she's kind of carrying on that Scots-Irish sort of folk tradition of music. And she's young and she's talented. Wait till you hear her. She's fantastic, right? It's like she was born doing this stuff. But she has been putting music on the internet, like on YouTube. But I don't want to steal her thunder. Why don't we introduce this girl, Murphy Campbell? She's here. Let's get to X. Okay, come on, continue. All right. Ask this thing not to track. Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, where's my bookmarks? All right, there we are. So let's first hear her play. Here, I got this other microphone. Let's get rid of this light so it doesn't interfere. But let's hear her in her own words. So there she is. You can see she's a young girl, and she's been putting this stuff on the internet. And she, like I said, she's carrying on this really old Appalachian tradition. Those Scots-Irish, they have a really unique kind of musical style, and this girl nails it. So let's just give her a listen. Give her some more volume, maybe.
Go away, pretty Willie, and let me alone, for I am a strange girl and a long way from home. Your grave will molder and turn you to dust.
All right, let's look at the
Okay. Autoplay. Okay. So now that we've met this young lady, and she's really something. Like, it's nice to see people her age carrying on these kinds of traditions. But before we get going here, let's get my cigar of the week going here. It's what do they call this? I should get my better glasses on. Fonseca. It's a Cuban cigar. And what am I supposed to do here with this? I guess I'll wrap it. Okay, let's get rid of all this stuff. And chop off that end. All right, let me get this lit, and then we'll. Oh yeah. Okay, that needs a little shot of whiskey. All right, that is it's a really mild cigar. It's got a kind of a vanilla aftertaste. It's super nice, man. Oh, with the whiskey, beautiful. Okay, so this is AI is something I'm not that interested in. I'll be honest. Let's just see what her experience has been with it. She's not an AI person either, but listen to her story.
Entity called Timeless.
Okay.
My problem with AI generated music has just worsened exponentially. I'm going to try to catch y'all up on what happened because this is crazy. It's unprecedented. It's the Wild West, and it could happen to anyone. Basically, as you already know, an entity called Timeless Sounds IR uploaded AI-generated versions of my songs to all major streaming platforms. And to do that, they fed YouTube videos of me to an AI engine that then mimicked my voice in playing. They used a distributor, which I just discovered, and that distributor's name is Vidya. They used Vidya to upload all these AI-generated songs. And Vidya has since decided that it was going to make copyright claims on all of the videos that were used to feed that AI engine to sound like me. So Vidya has come forward and made copyright claims on my YouTube page. And because YouTube does not personally review these things, I am no longer making money on YouTube. Vidya is making money on YouTube off of my own videos of me playing my own banjo in my own backyard with traditional folk songs, some for my own family, over AI-generated music. So I just wanted to update y'all, and I wanted to let you know that the only thing I can do about it is dispute this copyright claim. I can't dispute the copyright claim of YouTube because YouTube doesn't get involved. I can dispute it with Vidya. Do you think Vidya is going to listen to me? I don't think so. So yes, that's AI-generated music for y'all, and these are the consequences of using it. So if this looks like a bright future, I'd reconsider.
That's insane. Like I say, I've got absolutely zero interest in AI generated anything. You know, I've got, like I said, I've got an artist that's actually making genuine art for my project, The Little Gingerbread Man, which I covered a little bit in past issues, and going forward, I'll be talking about it frequently. But you know, does anybody want this AI stuff? I'll be honest. You listen to the experts; they're all talking about like pretty dire consequences, just for millions of people, like professionally, and that's the best case scenario. Worst case, this stuff just goes out of control, takes over like military, equipment, or decides that somehow we're in its way or whatever. There's a million Terminator like scenarios that can play out. I have. There's this concept called the dark internet theory. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but basically the gist is eventually we find ourselves in this hyper reality where you can't distinguish what's real and what's completely synthetic and baloney, and we're there, we are there. I see people arguing with these bots on Twitter or something, and I just scratch my head. I'm like, can't you tell that's phony content? Like the video they're just outrageous, right? Like especially with this conflict going on in Iran. I mean, there's obvious AI generated videos being put out there, and these bot farms that are pushing this stuff. And I don't know if these are malicious like actors working for foreign governments that are trying to anger people. But if you see someone on the internet and they're saying outrageous, really awful, racist, or just derogatory, or just mental stuff, that's a bot, and they're doing it intentionally to get a rise out of you. So I don't know. Use your head, people out there. But this is different. This is an original content creator, which we're going to be here. I'm going to be doing a lot of that here. And to have a copyright claim, like I didn't know you could copyright this AI stuff. Apparently you can somehow. Have someone issue a copyright claim on your own material and then prevent you from monetizing it or doing whatever you want with it, right? It's outrageous to say the least. And like once you put this stuff out there, it's out there. People are going to use AI to make videos. I mean, you've all seen those ads or these little stupid snippets of like, Tom Cruise, or some other famous person, and it's just AI generated. People do that, right? And they're going to do that with you. They're going to make you say and do really ridiculous things. But to have your original content not just copied, but literally stolen from you and by this, I don't know, how do you even describe this stuff? It's like, it's synthetic and phony, and it's filling the internet with garbage, like absolute pablum, and it's just an absolute pastiche of like the real world and genuine people, authentic people like our young girl here, Murphy. I don't want to participate in it. Now, maybe I'll have to just live the rest of my life as some kind of anachronism that, a Luddite that just shuns technology and that goes to thrift stores looking for, authentic, beautiful things like this. Like, it's funny. I paid the $40 that she wanted. I didn't even haggle with her. But apparently that's a good price. So these crystal glasses, I went to eBay, and yeah, there's people asking like $73, $100 a glass. So I got a good deal, and irrelevant. I would have paid whatever she wanted. They were the glasses I wanted, and I love them. And the story behind them, I'm sure, whoever brought them here, there might have been, there's energy in these cups. Guys have sat around sipping really fine whiskeys out of these cups for a long, long time, because these things are not brand new. I'm not sure how long ago they were like made, but I'm going to assume a while ago. Definitely not yesterday. So, cheers to whoever made them, and cheers to whoever originally brought them, and how they came to me. I don't know how they ended up in that place. No idea. Don't care. But I'm going to take good care of them, and hopefully one day someone else will get to use them. But we're going to put our little ounce of energy into them, guys. Whoever joins me here, like I said, we're working on schedules and timing, and a couple of you guys are, going to bring your guitars, which is fantastic. And again, tonight I'm at the end of when I do this, at the end of this thing, I'll whip out that guitar and maybe add a little more to the song, Eyes on Fire. Maybe I should talk about the song a little bit. And Adam, the guy I'm dedicating the tune to, the guy was very special to me. He was an unusual person. I could never see that guy with a regular job. It just wouldn't have been possible. He was too out there. But, I don't know where he ended up, and I don't know whether he found his place in this world. I know when we were living together in that house, me, him, and Ian had a place. It was a little crack shack in a shitty neighborhood, but it was our little place, and he was pretty normal while we lived there. And once we didn't get thrown out. They were going to demolish the house, and that was kind of part of the deal. We could stay there as long as we wanted, and then once the wrecking crew came, we had to leave, right? Which is fine. But it was all downhill for him after that. Being around me and Ian normalized the guy. Well, as normal as he could be, right? But like I said, about 15 years ago, I ran into him in an alley, of all places, downtown. And he was just a mess. I mean, a wreck. Like, guy just used something. He was totally out of it. And the song's kind of, I don't know. I feel really awful about just leaving him there. I just didn't know what else to do. But have you ever had someone in your life, or someone that you cared about? Maybe it was a brother, a sister, I don't know, a child even, that just couldn't navigate the world and just ended up in an awful, horrible place. And there's nothing you could do to get them out of there. To the point where, it's like, how do you deal with that? To have someone that you really, really care about, and there's just nothing you can do. So the song's kind of about that. And just, it's my way of figuring out how to parse this. I mean, guys, it's been a long time. But there's a kind of a dark element to this. Something I have a lot of trouble even thinking about, to be honest. Especially after seeing him in that alley. Adam had a little daughter. I mean, he was very normal when he lived with me, and he ended up with a woman, and she got pregnant, and they had a little girl, Sadie, I believe her name was. Just an innocent little thing. She had a birthmark on her face, so her life could not have been that easy. But she never had a dad, and she never felt like, a normal kid with a normal dad who just took her to the pumpkin patch, right? Or so she could jump around in her little boots, smash pumpkins, the little things, or a guy that made sure she had a bike that fit her, a nice bike that she loved and that she knew how to ride it, all of that stuff. Adam was my bro. When that happens to your brother, or someone you got to step in. And I never did. I never even checked on that poor girl. So I'm dealing with a lot of stuff in relation to that. I don't even like thinking about it, to be honest. I'm kind of impressed that I'm getting through it, because normally it just, I don't know, kind of wrecks me. But I'd like to find that little girl. She's a freaking 30-year-old woman now. She doesn't need me. And what am I going to do? Show up? Hey, how's it going? I'm the guy that knew your dad, the guy you probably hate with every fiber of your being. But just wonder what she's doing. I just hope she's okay. And if she's not, like maybe I could help her be a little more okay. So, not sure how to deal with that. I don't know how to find her. I have no idea how to find Adam if he's still alive. And if he's not alive, I'd love to know where he's buried, at least. You know, maybe one of you, maybe I'll send this out there, obviously. Hopefully somebody sees it that can help me. Adam had a tattoo on his hand. It was like a squid. It was an alien creature, and it had these tentacles going up his fingers. When you play that guitar, those tentacles they had a mind of their own. He really was a unique person in a category of his own. But if you've seen that tattoo, it's so unique. It's like a homemade prison tattoo. I mean, he would get high with his drug buddies and they would put tattoos on each other, right? So he's got a bunch of these little homemade tattoos. But that one is so unique and so unmistakable. Like I said, it's like an alien creature with tentacles going up his fingers. And he plays guitar like no one you've ever seen. I'd assume he must have been doing that even as a homeless person with some trash guitar with 3 strings, but he could make that thing sing, I'm sure. So I'm going to be sending this out there. If anyone knows what happened to him, I would greatly, greatly appreciate just anything. You know, you've seen him, you know him, or something, right? I got to get together with Ing. Ing was a pack rat, and he kept some of the recordings, and he has photographs, I'm sure, of us together, especially Adam. Maybe I'll figure out a way to, I don't know, find him or find that grave. So, without further, kind of out of time here on tonight's show, but talking about whiskey and a guy with substance abuse problems and what a freaking weird world this is. Look, this is not something you drink. This is something you sip and you savor. So, I know how to make that distinction, you know. But this is a wonderful whiskey, guys. I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like all of these. I'll be honest, the one that's going to be hit and miss is next week's whiskey, this Ardbeg. But let's give it a try, see what we think. And I'm going to rejigger the shop, and tonight I'm going to do a little more on the song. Like I said, I'm hoping to attract a few guys in here to help put something together. Just some guys like me. Like, obviously you got a job, a life, a wife, kids, who knows, right? But you got a little bit of time, just a little bit. Maybe one night a week, we'll all get together and, I don't know, just have some fun with it. So, tonight I'm going to just, like I said, add a little more to the song that I started last week. Not started, just, I'm introducing it, just so that people know the sound that I'm going for and that, you know, what to expect. So I'm going to reset the shop. Blue and me are going to get the guitars out and get ready. So thanks for coming by. And if you know anything about Adam, please reach out. I'd be very grateful. Thanks. Really. Honestly. Thanks. Okay, I'm back. So I've got the room reset. I'm going to have a little sip of the fabulous whiskey. So I guess for this part of the song, I'm going to kind of do what I'm going to call the bridge section or the pre-chorus and a bit of the chorus. There's a filler section. I'm just going to skip over that. Now, I want to change the tempo and mood of the song a little bit when we get to this middle section. You know, it's a bit of a downer topic, but I don't know. I want the music to have a little bit of an uplift to it. So this is just sort of the, I guess you'd call it the pre-chorus bridge section. And the chorus is kind of locked in here. I may even play a bit of it, but for the most part, I'll leave that out just because of, I want to present this song as a finished product, I guess, to the wider audience. For now, this is an introduction to hopefully some musicians that are interested in doing something. So without further ado, let's get the guitar amp on, and let's give ourselves a little beat. I got a similar beat going here. This one's a bit different though. It's got a bit of an emphasis on the eighth bar. Well, the last note of the eighth. So let's try this. See how it sounds. I may have to record it a couple of times, but we'll see. Okay, I'll have to drop in at the right time here. So it's got a bit of a more, I'd like to take the song up a bit in the middle section here. Let's pause that. And I'm also, so there's an outro as well. The outro is a little different. It's going to be kind of highly layered, very simple chord progression, but highly layered, and we'll give it some energy as we go. So why don't I just show the intro, well, the outro. This will be kind of fun. We'll really have some fun with this again. Let's get the beat going again. kind of do that for a while with obviously several, and we'll bring in the rest of the song. You'll have to just see it all together, I guess, folks. So, Eyes on Fire, a little bit more of the tune, and hopefully next week I've invited a couple buddies. We'll sit around, we'll have a chat. We may record it, we may not, I don't know, but we're definitely gonna jam. I told the guys bring their guitars, and stay tuned, I guess. Hopefully this starts to come together, and I should turn this off. See you guys next week. Okay, Blue. Say goodbye. Bye, folks.